Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry I've been gone for the past few days. I've been extremely sick from my colonoscopy. I apologize in advance, but if you don't know who I am, my name is Shook. I make videos for NBA. All these videos get posted on this subreddit called DF Sports. Great place to be. You can talk strategy with people if I'm not there. I will try my best to answer your questions tomorrow. I'm not sure how I'm going to be feeling, but I thought I'd really need to get a video out for you guys tonight because I missed the past few days. So check that out. And then if you ever need to get a hold of me privately, you can do so on Twitter here at Tory Langley 1992. All right, so this is going to be a very short, quick video just to go over the slate really quick. So we got news that I believe like 10 hours ago that Quentin Grimes was expected to play. Yeah, he's on track to play. So that news is pretty big. But let's go over this game. So this is the clear worst paced game to target. Best two defenses on the slate going up against each other. So definitely the worst game environment here. But I think Butler, Bam are both two very good plays. Now I prefer Fox to Butler, but I think Butler's a very good play as well. Bam Adebayo, definitely a different matchup here. Still a tough one, but he's not going to be going up against Brook Lopez, Giannis Antetokounmpo. So I think he'll be able to do a better job of keeping his hands to himself here, and I think we'll get pretty big minutes here. So I think Butler and Bam are two very solid plays. Kevin Love played huge minutes because Bam foul trouble. Kevin Love also did foul out. Here's the thing. If I knew Kevin Love was going to play 25 plus minutes tomorrow, he'd be in my lineup. Now, you guys, I'm going to say this over and over again. Sound like a broken record. There are times where he will get cooked defensively and they will bench him. Now, past three games, 21, 22, and then 32 obviously gained some minutes in that game. But like I said, if I knew Kevin Love was going to play 25 plus minutes tomorrow, he would be in my lineup because he's that good of a point per minute guy and there just isn't a lot of value. So I think he's solid, but just be careful there. There are times where he will get benched because he's terrible defensively, and if he's going to be popular, which I have a feeling he will be, it might make for a good fade in tournaments, but I think it's fine to play him. I'm not anti Kevin Love anymore. I think it's okay. Here's where the tricky part becomes. I have no confidence in these guys' minutes. I think, with Jimmy Butler and Eric Spoelstra saying they really trust Gabe Vincent, I feel the best about Gabe Vincent's minutes of the wings and the guards. So I have a feeling he's going to be the most popular of this group, which, I mean, I think it makes sense. You want to trust the guy that's going to play the most minutes. I certainly think he's the one with the safest minutes, especially after what Jimmy Butler said in his press conference. So I think Gabe Vincent's solid. Now, I think he's going to be a bit overowned, but still solid. I think Kyle Lowry is the pivot off Gabe Vincent. Kyle Lowry got into massive foul trouble last game. I think normally we get over 20 minutes from him. I think he's another solid value play on this slate. Max Strus went back to pretty big minutes here. I think he'll be one of the lower owned from the group, so definitely don't write him off. He has a very high ceiling when he's hitting his shots. So I do like Strus for tournaments. I think Caleb Martin normally will play around 25-ish minutes, a fine play, but I think I'd rather take the ceiling on guys like Strus. So I prefer Strus to Martin, but another fine play. And then I like Kyle Lowry for tournaments. And then Duncan, like I said, Spo's going to go with the hot hand. It really depends on how him, Strus, etc. are playing. So just a tournament play only for me. But the guys that I feel the best about minutes-wise are going to be Gabe Vincent, Kyle Lowry, and unfortunately, not even Kevin, just Gabe Vincent and Kyle Lowry. Those are the two that I feel the best about, and Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. Let's go over the Knicks. So Quentin Grimes expected to play or on track to play, but we'll go over it both ways for you guys. If everyone is in, I still think Brunson's a great play at 7-9. It's still too cheap for him, and then if Randall does play, I think he's a pretty good play. My only issue here is it was the ankle that was bothering him before, so he could be a bit hindered from that. But fire up a sub 7K Julius Randle. I think that's definitely pretty good. If they're both in, RJ Barrett, Josh Hart become just secondary tournament plays for me. Not out of play, but definitely secondary plays for me. And then Mitchell Robinson at 5-2. definitely got helped because of Randall injury, stuff like that. Tom Thibodeau in the last series did say that he wanted to play Mitchell Robinson more. So if I knew Mitch was going to play over 30 minutes, I think he'd be a pretty good value play. My only concern here is it's a new series, and in the past they have gone with Hartenstein and closed with Hartenstein over Mitchell Robinson. So if Mitchell Robinson's going to be low owned tomorrow, I really like him for tournaments just because he has an insane ceiling. I think he's a good play regardless, but would like him even better if he's going to be lower owned. But I wouldn't be shocked if they go back to Hartenstein. Obi Toppin would be out of play for me if they're both in, and then Quickly I think is like fine. He'll play around like 18 minutes or so, an okay value, but I'd probably not go there if those guys are in, but definitely viable, I will say. And then Hartenstein would just be a dart. If these two guys are out, then that changes the entire slate. Then I absolutely love Brunson. He'll be the lead here. He'll do everything for this team. He'll play huge minutes. He would look great. RJ Barrett, Josh Hart, I think would both look really good. Those two played, Josh Hart played 47 minutes, would really like Josh Hart. RJ Barrett would have to play huge minutes, would like him a lot. I would feel better about Mitch's minutes with like him. Obi Toppin most likely starts. He'll probably be one of the most popular value plays on the slate. Would like him a lot for value. Quickly, I think would be a good value as well. Now, it's not a guarantee that they'll close with Quickly, so not a guarantee he's going to play huge minutes again, but would feel better about his minutes and like him. And then Hart would still be a tournament-only play for me. So got to keep an eye on this Randall and Grimes news. It's definitely going to change the entire slate. Let's go into the Warriors. So I don't know what's happening in this game. The Kings changed their entire rotation. The Warriors, I mean, I think you're just going to see absolutely massive minutes for the main guys here. I think Steph, Wiggins, Clay, those three guys are probably going to play upwards of 40 minutes. So Steph is a really good tournament play just because I think everyone's going to play Fox over him. I think everyone's going to play Butler over him. So Steph probably my favorite tournament play on the slate, but disregarding ownership, I think Fox is my favorite spend up on the slate. But like Steph, I think Wiggins, Clay, Draymond, Looney are still pretty solid plays to me. Looney lost minutes last game because of Sabonis foul trouble. I think normally we get 30 to 35 minutes from him, making him still a solid play. Not a must for me, but still okay to solid at 6'5". Wiggins is a very, very safe play. If you want ceiling, you go Klay Thompson over Wiggins. If you want floor plus ceiling, then you go Wiggins, but I think both are fine. Draymond, I mean, we'll see if he comes off the bench. He did start the second half last game, I'm pretty sure, but if he comes off the bench, I'm not as high on him, but still fine and solid. If he starts, then I like him more. And then Jordan Poole, if he starts again, I think he's okay. I think he's solid. Shot the ball terribly last game, but fine at 5'4". I much prefer Monk to him. And then Gary Payton, Dante, they're just fine tournament darts for me. This is probably my favorite team to target, unfortunately. So Fox looks amazing to me. I think he's clearly my favorite spend up on this slate. I love Fox. Sabonis is just a tournament-only play with them staggering minutes between Draymond and Looney. They've done a phenomenal job defensively on Domantas Sabonis, so more of a contrarian play. I much prefer De'Aaron Fox. Malik Monk looks like one of the best plays on the slate to me. They need his offense out there. I believe, and it's absolutely shocking to me now that I'm saying this, I believe that they are going to need Malik Monk out there, and his minutes are the safest. So I really like Malik Monk. I think he looks like one of the best plays on the slate to me at that price tag. And then they won last game. You got to think they go with the rotation that they did last game. Harrison Barnes got benched. You saw Terrence Davis in the rotation. You saw Trey Lyles play more, but that Sabonis got into massive foul trouble. You saw, like I said, Harrison Barnes not play a lot. You saw Keegan Murray play huge minutes. So, if they do what they're going to do last game and do the same, if they do this same rotation, I like Keegan, it's hard to pass up on a guy that's going to play 40 plus minutes at 5.3K. It's just hard. So, if they do this same rotation, I like Keegan Murray. Good play to me. Probably going to go way over owned, though. We'll talk about scenarios in a second. Harrison Barnes, just a complete tournament play. I've been saying all series he's been my safest play of the bunch, and he just gets benched randomly. So just a tournament play. Kevin Huerter played 30 minutes, still shot the ball terribly. Just a tournament only play for me. He still has risk to get his minutes absolutely slashed. Davion Mitchell, his minutes completely slashed. Hard for me to go there. You saw Terrence Davis in the rotation. He played 19 minutes. Didn't get blowout run either. So they absolutely destroyed the Warriors. So if I knew Terrence Davis was going to play 20 minutes again, I think he'd be a solid value play. Now, would I be shocked if he goes back to like barely playing? No, I wouldn't be shocked. So be careful there with Terrence Davis. Definitely going to come down to ownership. If he's going to be popular, it just seems like a fade, but 20 minutes of Terrence Davis at 3.5K on a playoff slate is another thing that's pretty hard to pass up for me, just because good point per minute guy, not a lot of value. So, and then I like Trey Lyles. Can't expect 27 minutes again, but you saw him pretty much only get the backup five. You didn't see anyone else. No Len, no one else. So I think we get around 20 minutes for him, which makes him another solid value, like 15 to 20 minutes, which makes him another solid value at 3.7K, assuming they do this same rotation. Now, it's tough because ownership is going to condense. Keegan Murray, going to be popular. Malik Monk, going to be popular. I assume one of Trey Lyles or Terrence Davis will get ownership as well. So if you want to be like complete GPP bro tomorrow, then you fire up one of Huerter, Barnes, one of these guys. I assume they're going to be very low owned. So that's if you want to be like complete GPP bro, get off some chalk. I think that's a good way to attack it. But I'm not fading Monk tomorrow. I think he's a very solid play. Keegan Murray is iffy to me, just because in the beginning of the series he was barely playing, but has played extremely well of late. So I'm actually fine with Keegan if he's going to be like complete chalk. Like I said, you could definitely get off. But Barnes, Huerter, just tournament only plays, and then if they do that same rotation as last game, I like Lyles, like Terrence Davis. So that'll do it for this slate, guys. Hope you guys had a good night tonight. I don't know if I'll be around tomorrow morning to answer questions, but I thought I'd get the video out.